It's Saturday morning. It's time for what every cruiser wants, and we have questions. Why are there no lockers? Why are we being forced to tip? Why is something somebody else doing affecting your cruise oh so much? And a very angry response to somebody who was told this action is rude to do in public. Yeah, they're all over the place today. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. And we are back. We have new cruise comments for you today. They are all over the place. Everything from lockers to tips to other people's actions to a very heated response from a statement that was made. We're going to share it all with you today. We're going to ask ourselves, are these people right? Are these people wrong? Are they speaking for everybody? Or maybe, just maybe, they're out the damn minds. But let's jump in. Let's find out. Now, I know adulting is hard. I get that. But I have to wonder with some of these people and some of these comments, how do they get along in day-to-day life? Have they never gone anywhere? Have they never done anything? And for some people, maybe that's true. Maybe they've never been anywhere. Maybe they've never done anything. Maybe they're brand new to cruising. And if you look at it that way, maybe this comment makes a little more sense. But hey, let's read it. Let's find out. Grand Turk, Amber Bay, and Half Moon Key. Carnival Islands. None have lockers, son of the beach. What the hell are we supposed to do when at the beach? I would think everyone likes to bring their phone to take photos. But what do you do with that phone when at the beach and you decide to go swimming? What do we do with our cash and IDs? Why is there no lockers? How can you protect it from theft? Curious minds need answers. Now, maybe I'm unaware, but is there a theft problem at these private cruise destinations of people stealing your stuff while you're on the beach? I've been to private islands. I take my stuff, I put it in a bag, I leave it in my chair, and I've never, ever had a problem. Maybe there's a problem and I just don't know about it. And it could be a good idea for the cruise lines to possibly put some lockers in at these destinations. I mean, they're going to charge you for it. They're not going to give it to you for free. If you want to spend the extra money, hey, more power to you. So it wouldn't affect me one way or the other if cruise lines wanted to put in lockers. It might make some people happy, but I'm really unaware of a theft problem in these private island destinations. But has this person never, ever gone to a public beach in their life? Have they never taken their stuff anywhere in their entire existence? Apparently, they have no idea what they would do at the beach with stuff. I guess they've never been to one. But they want to know, what is the cruise lines going to do to protect them? Well, again, I don't think that there is a real theft issue or theft problem on these beaches, but I absolutely could be wrong. You guys let me know. Is there a problem with theft on Grand Turk, Amber Bay, and Half Moon Key, or any cruise line's private island for that matter? Now, for those that have ever been on a cruise before, you know you can give your bags to the porters and they will handle getting your bags to the ship. Your bags then go on the ship, and the next time you see them is at your cruise cabin later on in the day. Now, it's common practice for the majority of cruisers that when you give them your bags, you give them a couple dollars per bag. Usually we do $2 to $3 per bag that we give them, give or take. I would say that that's probably pretty average, $2, $3, $5, whatever the case may be. It's a normal practice, but you are not forced to do that. Nowhere does the cruise line say if you use the porters, you must give them a tip. The porters work for the port. They don't even work for the cruise line. So where somebody gets the idea in their head that the cruise line forces them to give them a tip, I don't know. I don't even know where they come up with that. Why does Carnival force us to tip the bag boys? I don't tip them when I drop off my bags. They just put bags onto a conveyor. The main handling is done on board by the ship's crew. So again, how did the cruise line force you when you just said you don't do it? Obviously, nobody is forcing you to tip them if you admit in the comment you don't tip them. But I do have a curious question. When I read this comment, I picture in my mind, it just what pops right into my head is some like really old man sitting on a porch somewhere, just spewing the most racist things he could come up with on a regular basis. Because who calls the ship's porters bag boys? Maybe it's just me, but that's what I see in my head when someone writes in a comment and calls the porters bag boys. But just to be clear, no cruise line forces you to give a tip to the porters. It's just a common courtesy. You're using their service, you give them a tip, your bags go on the ship. You're not forced. You don't have to. You can choose not to. That's a personal choice, a personal decision. But yeah, stop saying the cruise lines force you to do something that the cruise line has absolutely nothing to do with. Why are there some cruisers out there that just let what somebody else is doing affect their cruise so much? Why can people simply not mind their own damn business? I don't get it. And we're talking minor things here. We're not talking about something that, physically touches you, hurts you, gets in your way, keeps you up all night. Nothing like that. We're simply talking about somebody else taking some food to their cabin. You're there enjoying your cruise, enjoying your vacation. You now see someone taking some food to their room. Maybe they want a snack later, whatever the case may be. And somehow that, just seeing it, has messed up your day, messed up your cruise, and caused you to write in a comment. But that's exactly what happened. Someone wrote in the comment to Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, John Heald, and here he is reading and talking about that exact comment.
I'm going to read this little post that I had yesterday. And this lady says, I'm happy to see that a certain cruise line, which I won't name, have stopped their passengers taking food back to their rooms. If they want to do this, they have to ask the crew at the buffets. I just like saying buffets. I know it's buffets, but it's the Alabama in me. The buffets. To go, sorry, let's do that again. If they want to do this, they have to ask the crew at the buffets for a to-go box. I am sick of seeing people on Carnival ships in elevators with plates of food. It is uncivilized. And the lady goes on to explain how she cruised with us recently from Mobile, Alabama on the ship there, and she didn't like to see that. Now, I don't know if it's true that another cruise line has stopped their guests from taking food back to the cabin unless it's in a to-go box. And I do want to say about, sorry, I'm just looking at a huge thing has just flown in through my window, some sort of insect. It's got big teeth and everything. Anyway, yeah, I did. So, listen, I don't know if another cruise line has done that. We haven't. And before the Glitters Knickers family start saying, oh, Carnival's... No, we're not. But this is one of those times where I'm going to say, why? How does that affect you? How does someone else taking some food back to the cabin to enjoy perhaps a snack on their balcony, or as one lady wrote to me yesterday about how she likes to fill a mug of a coffee mug on Lido up with ice cream and pour coffee over the ice cream and take that back to her cabin. Why would that bother someone else? Why? I don't get that. I mean, I really do think that there are times when a small group, worry so much about what other people are doing that they forget to have fun themselves. And that makes me very sad. Anyway, you can take food back to your cabin. If you do, and you put it outside of the door, which we do want you to do because we have specialist teams collecting everything to put the plates and cutlery back into service, not the cabin attendant's job to do that. So please place it outside of your cabin. If there's any food left on the plate, please do the civilized thing and place the napkin over the plate. That's all you have to do. But again, don't worry about what other people are doing. If you want to take a little snack back to your cabin, of course you can.
Yeah, so somebody explain to me how that situation affects anybody else. How can people just not mind their own business? Stay in your own lane. Worry about you and your cruise vacation, not what somebody else is doing or eating. They didn't take the food to your cabin. They didn't spill the food on you, anything. You just simply saw them, and now you say things like, well, undignified, low class, because they wanted a snack later on. Just stop letting what other people are doing, other people enjoying their vacation, mess with you. Stay out of their business. They're not in yours. How hard is it? You're an adult. Mind your own business. And finally, a rude behavior that I'm sure we've all seen at least one time in our cruising experience. And we're talking about that one person who whips out their cell phone, takes a video call or whatever the case, puts it on speaker, FaceTimes as loud as they possibly can in public. We've seen it in dining rooms, you've seen it in the main theater, out in public, and they are just having a big old loud, happy conversation regardless of the people around them. They don't care that they are bothering anybody else. They don't care that there's a show going on, people are eating dinner. They just don't care. The world revolves around them, at least in their own mind. And there was a conversation going on over on Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador John Heald's Facebook page where he said, this is something new. This is kind of some rude behavior. People really should stop doing this in public. Be respectful of those around you. Well, somebody didn't like that. Somebody thought he was absolutely wrong for saying that sort of thing. So they had to write in a comment. And boy, this comment is full of entitlement. It is full of rudeness. And boy, it is full of some self-centered, the world revolves around me type of attitude. Platinum level and have 3 more booked this year. Very inhuman of you, John. Think before you write. I use a speaker for my video calls to my family and grandbabies when I cruise because I am hearing impaired and even with hearing aids cannot hear them unless I have the speaker turned on. It is for my convenience, not yours. Go kick some rocks. So we start off with platinum, got to get in my loyalty level entitlement. And it's inhumane, and he should think before he writes, before he says, hey, don't be on your speakerphone having a loud ass conversation in the public disturbing other people. That's inhumane. You didn't think before you said such a thing. And it's for their convenience, not anybody else's. Now, I get that they are hearing impaired and they're having issues with their hearing aids, and there are solutions for that. But at the end of the day, you know what? It does not matter that you're hearing impaired. It doesn't. If you are in public and you are on your speaker having this loud ass conversation, and you're disturbing other people, dining room, main theater, during a show, whatever the case may be, you are just wrong. If you need to have a conversation like that, go to your cabin. Go someplace where there's not other people. Go somewhere where you're not interfering with everybody else. It's not for your convenience and everybody else can go kick rocks because you're platinum and you can do whatever you want to do. No, it is still rude. You are still rude, and you're a jackass for writing in this comment. The world does not revolve around you, period. I don't know why people can't understand that those of us around you do not want to hear your conversation, do not care about your conversation. So maybe just be considerate of others and take it somewhere else. And that is going to be our video for today. But what do you guys think? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Are they telling it the way it is? Are they letting us know how it really and truly should be? Is there a theft problem that we need some type of plan when we are on a cruise line's private island? Are the cruise lines forcing you to tip the bag boy? Are other people's actions interfering with your cruise? Well, the answer to that would be yes, if they're having a loud speakerphone conversation, in a venue on board a ship. But do you think that's right? Do you think that's wrong? Should people on their speakerphones just be allowed to do whatever they want? Should they be allowed to say, well, I'm having a hearing problem and I want to talk to my grandbabies. I shouldn't have to go somewhere else. You should just have to accept that it's for my convenience, not yours, and run off and kick some rocks. Are they right? Are they wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day and a really great weekend. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.